And Zorkie Studios was kind enough to gift me a key for the full game, and I'm very excited. A huge thank you to them. Please go show them support, even if it is just wishlisting the game. The link is up in that pinned message. So we are just going to jump into it. I'm not sure how long we will be going for today, but rest assured that we will be back to it next Monday as well. So let's go. All I've ever known is the city. All I've ever seen are her walls. A glittering metal spike pierces the barren land, embedded deep in its sands. My alarm goes off and I sigh. I'm too tired for work. I leave my apartment building and make my way to the city elevator. I punch in the number for a floor far above mine and pay the fare. I cram myself into the shoebox elevator burrowed in the city's bones. My stomach drops as it begins its ascent. I consciously relax in the never-familiar press of people, trying to force myself comfortable and pull myself awake. It's a shame that time doesn't stop for the weary. 19 minutes later, I've made it to the clinic. The lobby is often quiet. We don't see many clients in a week. I make my way to the coffee machine, blinking back my fatigue. As my mug fills, I notice Baron walk into the lobby. Hi, Jin, got a minute? It's never good when your boss wants a word. Sure, Baron, what's up? I wanted to have a quick chat to see how things have been going, how you've been settling in, that kind of thing. If I've learned anything in my month working here, it's that this chat will not be quick. Let's talk in your office. He starts walking off, not waiting for my reply. I shall take a sip of coffee. I take a sip of my coffee and watch him walk for a bit. Then I let out a sigh and follow him back into my office, dread crawling up my spine. When I come in, Baron has settled where my clients usually sit. He gestures for me to take a seat, and I do, watching him with trepidation. So, Jin, you've been here about a month. How do you feel things are going? Still learning. I'm not an expert on everything yet, but I'm taking every opportunity to learn and better myself. That's what I like to hear. I'll be frank, Jin. You're not hitting your targets. And I know, you're new, and this is your first job as a psych line, and it's been a slow month in terms of clients. I get that. I feel confident that you'll do better once you're in the full swing of things. But just for my own peace of mind, and for your good as well, I'd like us to do a little mock client interview. Pretend I'm here to get some mods. Are there any specific areas in which you think I can improve? Why don't we begin and I'll show you as we go. I swallow a sigh. Alright, welcome to Envisage Poetry. I try my best not to cringe when I say the name. How Baron came up with something so awful, I'll never understand. Introduce myself. Hi, I'm Jin. My pronouns are any, all. I'll be consulting on your modifications today. Hello, Jin. I'm Baron, and my pronouns are he, him. It's very nice to meet you. I'm a little surprised he didn't go for a fake name. Before we start, would you mind filling out this form? I don't think there's a need for that. Can't you just ask me about what you need to know? Procedure. It's our client's standard procedure for you to complete this form before we can conduct our assessments. Just ask me the questions and write my answers into your form. I'm gonna push back. It's policy. Make an exception. Insist. I open my mouth to retort, but Baron cuts me off. What kind of clinic is this? I thought the customer was always right. In matters of taste, my mind supplies at the end of the quote. He isn't going to let this go. Alright, I'll fill in your answers. Good. Could you tell me how old you are? Try that again. Friendly. Would you mind telling me how old you are? I need it for the form. How old do you think I am? Oh no, this never goes well. Play along. Oh, I don't know, maybe 26? You flatter me. I'm 37, but I'm glad that you see me as so useful. What's your current occupation? You might not believe it, but I actually own a small body mod clinic. Humor him. What a coincidence. Please, tell me more. I'd love to. Here he goes again. When my father passed a few years ago, he left me the body mod shop he'd started and told me to make something good of it. I'm not sure if he meant to do good or be profitable, but I chose to believe he meant to do true good. To bring goodness into the world. So I took the little clinic and I diversified it. We increased variety and dropped prices. Now more people than ever can access mods. Did it cost me? Of course it did. Well, at the beginning at least. But it was all worth it to give more people access to mods. He loves to tell this story any chance he gets. So what mods are you interested in getting? I'm not sure. Maybe something to add a glow to my tattoos? You're not sure? Yes, I might want something else after all, or possibly nothing. Why is that? Why wouldn't you want it? I'm just not sure that's what my heart has settled on yet. Now let's pause for a second. Most clients will have an idea of what they want, and that's great. But people don't always know what's best for them. You have to learn about them and guide them to the best decision. Best for them? Best decision based on their lives? Yes, but people improve their lives through modding. More often than not, getting mods is the best decision for them. However, you shouldn't push mods on clients when it's really not what they need. Getting mods reversed is very expensive, and often we can't put someone back to exactly how they were before the initial procedure. We don't want our customers to be dissatisfied or asking for refunds. We're trying to bring joy into the world. Joy over sales? I don't understand. Are we trying to bring our clients joy or sell them mods? It's the same thing. Mods make people happy, or they should. If the mod isn't helping, then we shouldn't be recommending it. But I really doubt that'll ever happen. Mods make things better. Maybe this hypothetical customer just hasn't found the right mod yet. In that case, your job would be to help them uncover the mod that's right for them. And on that note, let's get back to it. I may or may not want glowing tattoos. With all the form questions out of the way, time to move on to the rest of the interview. Appeal of glowing tattoos. What makes you want glowing tattoos? And what do you like about them? They look nice. They're in fashion. They're cheap. What's not to like? Mezzo, welcome. So glad you could join us. How you doing? Budget. What does your budget look like for this procedure? Oh, it's very tight. It's 3,000 at most. I note it down. Glowing tattoos usually range from 600 to 5,000 depending on the size, features, and whether there is a complete design on the skin. Oh, I feel that. It is definitely a Monday. Will that be a problem? No. Not at all. We pride ourselves on offering high-quality modding at low costs. That makes me so happy to hear. That, I believe. You'll need to take the rest of the day easy once you've had the procedure. Can you make time for that? Oh, no! Oh, no, that's not good. I hope nothing bad happened. Or it's stupid as well. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but I feel that. Oh, gosh. No. What's wrong? You can't ask like that. You need to ask nicely, like, do you have any plans for after the procedure? I think I understand why, but we're gonna go with why anyway. Why do I need to say it that way? It sounds better. More friendly, less medical. Not all heroes wear capes. Okay. Alright. Great. Do you have any plans for after the procedure? Not particularly. I'm just going to head home. Maybe spend the following weekend with some friends. I know what you mean. Oh, God. Nah, that wasn't so hard, was it? No, it wasn't. Good. Alright, I think I've got what I need. Let's move on. No, that's no good. Talk to me more first. Build rapport. It's better if you talk to them for longer. Oh, I feel you. Oh, unfortunately for me, the troublesome neighbors were back yesterday, and I could hear them before I saw them. Yeah. Doesn't that just mean I see fewer clients in a day? People like to feel important and looked after. You want to make them feel special, like you care about them. And when people talk a lot in conversations, they leave with a more favorable impression of you. So get them talking and keep them talking. Seem interested in what they have to say. Friendliness level. How friendly do you expect me to be with clients? Enough to be personable, to make them like you. And if it seems like they feel better with friendly, then you should be even more friendly. Aren't there professional cycle and client boundaries I should be minding? Oh, don't worry about that. It's not like you're a doctor, or licensed for that matter. You're a salesperson, not a therapist. What is there to talk about? Can't you make small talk? Ask them about their work, hobbies, whatever. Ooh. Impact on salary? Will having longer client sessions impact my salary or commission? No, why would you think that? While it does seem manipulative, I get the whole salesperson... You know what, we'll just see what Baron has to say about that. Isn't doing this manipulating the client? To a degree, yes, but all of sales is manipulation. Oh, there we go. In any case, I hired you because you're a people person. Try to form genuine connections. If it's really not working and you feel like conversation is forced, then let things lie. You'll just make everything awkward otherwise. Before we get back to it, I want to make sure you understand that you're a salesperson first. It's fine to form connections, I encourage it even. It usually makes the selling go better. Remember, you're not a therapist. You don't have to abide by any rules. I like talking to clients and getting to know them. It's the best part of my job. But when Baron talks about it like this, something about it feels vile. The ethical implications twist in my stomach. Do you have any hobbies? As a small business owner and entrepreneur, my work takes up most of my time. But I do quite enjoy music. Ooh, recommendation? Is there anything you'd recommend? Of course! I listen to many genres, neoclassical punk, ferocious flute, pop folk metal, underground M-pop covers. But you probably like Birdsong and Cymbals Volume 3. It's a concept album about childbirth expressed through birdsong, wind chimes, and cymbals. It's a must-listen if you're looking to expand your music repertoire. I'll check it out, thanks. I definitely won't. Favorite element? What do you like most about music? That's such a wide range of experiences, emotions, visions, and memories can be evoked through only our ears. Although we do offer mods that make music a multi-sensorial experience. So you know that, of course. Do you compose or just listen? I experiment, but I wouldn't call what I create music. It's much too crude for that. And much better job. Well done with the small talk. It helps you and it keeps me happy. I feel like I'm really getting my money's worth. I don't want to annoy my boss just yet. We'll keep it professional. Glad to hear that I'm meeting expectations. Surpassing even. How do you like your job? Oh, I love it. It makes me happy to know I'm doing so much good. Favorite part? What do you think is the best part of your work? I love how much joy my clinic can bring. Modding is incredible and I'm excited to bring that opportunity to more people each day. Alright, I think I've got what I need. Let's move on. To the recommendation. Excellent. I look over my notes detailing my talk with Baron. They're a mess of advice and intentional obfuscation. So I think you better recommend me. You'll be happy to hear that I do recommend you then. Great. My reasoning being that glowing tattoos would suit you well. You really think so? And what if I wanted the higher end version that changes color depending on my environment? Oh, what would you say then? Oh. I recommend the lower end. Can we then be like, well, you can upgrade them later on, maybe. Defer decision. I tell you to go home and think about what you really want. If it's important to get the higher end model, then you can come back once you're ready to make that kind of decision. And if you decide getting the mod sooner is best, then you can come back immediately and we'll schedule you in. Come on, Jin, you know better than to send away a customer. Oops. Your job is to help them make these decisions, not ask them to leave to make it themselves. You're lucky I'm not a real client. We might have just lost a customer. Apologize. Sorry, it won't happen again. Better not. And now for my favorite part. Yes, the cross-selling. The upselling and cross-selling. As you know, or should know, you check that catalog in front of you and pick some options you think I'd like. Pitch them to me, and don't push too much. It'll come off annoying. I pull out my tablet. Ooh. Fang teeth are cool. Who doesn't want fang teeth? I can never be a salesperson. It feels bad. I know I get commission, but oh no. We'll just go with the teeth and see what they say. Okay, I think that makes sense. Picked everything out? Good. Now I can check this handy tablet in front of me and see all the goodies you're offering. Try fang teeth? Have you considered getting fang teeth? I feel like they fit your vibe. I don't think I give off spooky vibes. Do I? Didn't mean spooky. I meant that the teeth give off a cool and suave feeling, which does fit your vibe. Oh, I see. Excellent. Oh, I suppose I must get the teeth then. All right. I feel like I've sold a fair amount based on Baron's hypothetical budget. I don't want to push things too much. He stops to take a long breath. Let's move on. I have other notes for you. I take a slow breath. This'll be good. Great job learning from your mistakes. I appreciate how you recovered after we spoke about you chatting with clients more. You took feedback well, so take credit for that. I know I'm not always the best at delivering my comments. And in the end, you made a good decision. Even if you did completely flub it. What was that? No, as for your efforts at cross-selling, you could have tried to sell me more mods. I barely bought anything extra. He watches me for a long moment before standing. Alright, that's all for today. Good work. I look forward to seeing your progress. I watch Baron leave, feeling a bit shaken. Things went well overall, but I know Baron will continue keeping an eye on me. After staring at paperwork for a few hours, the clock ticks over to leaving time. I let my gaze linger over my office to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, then leave to begin my trek home. I climb the stairs to my apartment and shut the door with a sigh. I hear a slight rustling and look around. Nibbles is watching me from her enclosure. Seeing her always fills me with warmth. I open the door to the fence around Nibbles' hutch. She slowly hops forward, settling down on the rug next to me. I can't tell if she's moving more slowly than usual or if I'm just projecting. I give her a small pat and sigh softly. I check her food and notice she's eaten less than usual. I refill her water and wonder if my worry is warranted. I glance at the time. The vet should be calling soon. I rub Nibbles' forehead gently. She seems to relax a bit. I watch Nibbles roll onto her side. She's lying on her usual spot on the rug, near my usual spot on my bed. She seems more tired than normal today. Give her a treat. I grab some washed kale from the fridge and offer it to Nibbles. She perks up a bit and starts munching on a corner. I'll get her some more later. I have some dishes from last night I haven't dealt with. I wash each by hand and drop them on my too-tall sack I wash each by hand and drop them on my too-tall stack of dry dishes. That's going to be a problem left for tomorrow. I look around, feeling listlessness rise in my chest. I need something to do while I'm waiting for the vet to call. I moved down into this apartment about 2 months ago. I couldn't afford my old one anymore. I look around the space that doesn't quite feel like home and can't help but notice all the ways it's worse. The room is too small for all my stuff. Much of it still sits in half-unpacked boxes. It's further from my new job, adding time to my commute and shifting my sleep schedule. I still wake bleary some days. And no amenities are included. The savings come at the expense of my comfort. Home does not feel like a place of rest. Mechanically, I pull objects out from boxes and try to find room for them in overstuffed cupboards and drawers. After about 2 boxes, my brain starts to hurt. I'll leave the rest for another day. Baby Nibbles. I grab some of Nibbles' favorite toys to throw and place them around her. She glances toward them, but seems disinterested. The worry between my ribs radiates outwards. Read. I pick up the book that's been long abandoned on my nightstand and flip it open. I should get it back to my friends soon. They're probably missing it. I sit on my bed, lean up against the wall, and let myself settle back into the story. After about 20 minutes, my phone rings. I hit a button on the side of my earpiece. Hello? Hello, this is Dr. Monk's office, calling back with the test results for your rabbit Nibbles dandelions. Cut to the chase. What did the test say? The speaker on the other side of the line clears their throat. Unfortunately, the test came back positive. Your rabbit is suffering from... The voice turns to static in my mind, and I feel my hands start to shake. I stand there, staring at the wall, keeping as still as I can. Hello? Is everything okay? No, it's not okay. Well, no, not really. You just told me my rabbit needs immediate treatment or she's going to suffer greatly and then die. No worries, we understand that hearing this kind of information can be quite difficult. Really? No worries? I apologize if my tone offended. It was not my intention. I understand that this is a hard time for you. I take a slow breath. What do I do now? We'll need to schedule Nibbles' dandelion for surgery. My blood runs cold. Is she going to be okay? How much is this going to cost? How much will the surgery cost? The procedure will cost $17,000. That's a lot more money than I have in savings. Installment plan? Is there an option to pay by installments? No, we require full payment up front. Alright. I try to keep my voice from sounding as shaky as I feel. What will happen in the surgery? We'll remove the infected organs. After, we'll put Nibbles' dandelions on an antibiotic regimen, and in a month or so, she should fully recover. Are there any risks in having this surgery? We've performed this procedure many times. There's very little risk, about as much as getting a nano-animated tattoo. Very low risk, then. Are there any alternatives to surgery? This is the option with the greatest chances of success. Alternatives require prolonged treatment and are not guaranteed to permanently cure nibbles dandelions. Okay, thank you. How soon will the surgery be? We can schedule you in for next week Sunday. That's 13 days from now. Can nibbles wait that long? Will that be enough time to get the money to cover the surgery costs? Okay, thank you. I notice I'm biting my lip and stop. We finalize the appointment details and I hang up the phone. I look down at where Nibbles is flopped on the floor and my heart sinks. Saving 17,000 in 12 days, well, 11 work days, isn't impossible, but I don't feel good about my odds. My credit score wasn't so bad, I could maybe take out a loan. I sit down next to Nibbles and run a hand through her fur. I can't imagine losing her. I don't remember making dinner and the food is tasteless when I eat it. I keep glancing over at Nibbles, reassuring myself she's still there. The apartment feels more cramped than usual. I usually keep the windows closed, but today it makes the walls feel like they're closing in on me. Before I head to bed, I open my banking app to pay my utilities. It might be best not to keep paying for so many luxuries, at least until I've saved up enough for Nibbles. We can do without the TV. We have books. If we get rid of noise blocking, then I might not get good sleep. We'll stick with that for now. Oh God! Oh, that's what ads mean. Oh no! It takes me too long to fall asleep. I turn back and forth under the sheets, unable to feel comfort or stop my spinning mind. Oh no. Oh no, that's awful. I wake up and realize I don't hear the sound of my alarm. I blink and notice that there's too much light in the room. I check the time and a bucket of cold water falls on me. I need to leave for work an hour ago. Oh no! I quickly rush to get dressed and refill Nibbles' food and water. Then I grab my lunch and run out the door. Halfway to the elevator, I start worrying that I have a client interview booked for this morning. I spend the rest of the trip to the clinic, bouncing between dreading being late and hoping I misremembered and it's tomorrow. I step into the clinic and a notification pops up letting me know there's a client waiting in my office. I curse, grab my client's file from behind the reception desk and make my way to the consultation room. I'm only a few minutes late to the appointment, but a splash of guilt still runs down my throat. I muster a smile, knock gently, and open the door. The customer is sitting in one of the chairs. They seem to be engrossed in a tablet, probably working. Sorry for the wait. Welcome to Envisage Poetry. I always cringe a bit at the clinic's name. I'm Jin. I use all pronouns. How can I help you today? They look up at me from where they're sitting. Good morning. I'm Ocean. This is the room for consultations, right? They look to be in their early 20s, but their composure makes me think they're older than they look. There's a conviction in the way they sit, and I relax a bit. Clients who know what they want are always easier to deal with. Yes, you're in the right place. Usually I have some time to prep before my meetings. I clench my hand around the data chip. It probably won't be an issue to ask for a moment to get myself orientated, but I can't get a good read on this client yet, and the wealthier ones can sometimes be unreasonable. We'll just talk. I can just ask Ocean, it'll be fine. Before we start, I'm just going to run through some preliminary questions. Go for it. What are your pronouns? He, him, and they, them. And your age? I'm 27. And what do you do for work? I had to fill that in your intake form. Why is this relevant? Try. It helps me understand you better, which helps me offer you better recommendations. I don't think my job will tell you a lot about me. It's something I kind of fell into and just decided to stick with it. Watching Ocean, I don't think that's the whole story. I insist. I'm sure there's more to it than that. Eon, if it's such a big deal, just check my file. I pull up the file and quickly scan it. Under the line of work section, I find a brief explanation of a small gardening business. I close the file and turn back to Ocean. Gardens. I really like gardens. It's nice to get to work in the sun. Ocean hums non-committally. Let's continue. I'm no good with small talk. What kind of procedure are you looking to get? I'd like to medically transition to feel more comfortable in my body. It's a pretty straightforward procedure with a few days recovery time. And this should be enough for a starting point. Now to learn more about what Ocean is looking for and why. So you're looking to get gender-affirming work done? That's correct. The next question I need to ask is probably not the most respectful or kind, but it is part of standard procedure for consultations. Try to ask tactfully. Please don't let this go wrong. Are there any factors motivating you to make this change? Well, I mean, aside from the obvious. Why do you need to know? I'm just trying to understand you better. Knowing what you're looking for will help me recommend options. They sigh. I socially transitioned some time ago and started taking hormones sometime after that. But being honest with myself is something I've had to learn. About a year ago, I realized that I'm not happy with how things are. I'm uncomfortable when I see myself in the mirror. I don't like parts of my body. And I can understand that now. So I want to take steps to make myself happier. What made you realize you weren't happy? After I socially transitioned, things in my life got a lot better and I realized how unhappy I was before. Well, before. As things get better, I got better at learning what in my life made me unhappy and I started taking steps to address those things. This is just the newest in a series of realizations. It's something that took me some time and a lot of introspection to figure out. I can definitely relate to that. Living in discomfort and not knowing why. It's painful. Ocean nods. Anyways, after all that, it was just a matter of saving up enough money to visit the clinic. I've done my research and I should have the right amount to cover everything I'm looking for. I'm happy that you're in a comfortable place to get this done now. Thank you. I've covered all the required information, but it might be helpful to know more about Ocean before moving forward. And Baron will not be happy if he finds out that I didn't keep the conversation going for longer. On the other hand, it might be better to wrap this up before I upset Ocean more. But I want to learn more to help. Can I ask more about you? Depends what you want to know. Hobbies. Do you have any hobbies? I'm really into tea, actually. Could you tell me a bit more about tea? What do you want to know? Favorite tea? What kinds of tea do you like? Oh, all kinds, really. I've gotten into mushroom tea recently. Have you tried it? No, I've never even heard of it, actually. Well, if you ever get the chance, you should try some. It's really quite... unique is a good word, I think. Sounds like a must-try experience. Favorite aspect? What part do you like the most about tea? I like figuring out how to express flavors. Figuring out how all the flavors will interact, well, that kind of stuff. What do you think you find interesting about organizing and discovering these flavor profiles? It's a fun puzzle that often has good tasting results. It's cool to create an experiment. That's really interesting. I hadn't thought about how these things apply to the process of making tea before. Thank you for teaching me something today. Should I actually ask that, or am I just being very nosy? I'll go on. What got you into tea? I'm really into plants. I actually work as a gardener. I work with a large variety of plants, including those whose leaves are used as herbs and for teas. Or for teas. I started growing a few at home and selling prepared teas to coffee shops. Ocean pauses, seeming to think for a second. Would you be interested in buying my tea sometime? I could even let you try some mushroom tea. He smiles, but it feels a bit forced. I can tell they're nervous about my answer. Ocean's tea seems to hold a lot of importance. Accept. I'd love to try your tea sometime. Ocean smiles, trying to hide their relief. Well, you won't regret it. I'm sure I won't. Do you have anything planned for after the procedure? Why do you ask? Oh. Oh, I don't want to mess this up. Practical? You'll need to refrain from strenuous activity for some time after your procedure. I'm just checking that it won't interfere with any of your plans. I'm planning a small trip with my friends to celebrate. It should be undemanding. I don't want to be too invasive. Oh, go on. What are you planning for your trip? It's just a visit to a mid-floor resort. Nothing that exciting, really. We'll move on. Well, I hope you have a great time. Thanks. I look over my notes. It's time to make my recommendation. I need to save another $8,664 over the next 12 days to afford the surgery for nibbles. If Ocean has the procedure done here, I'll earn at least $1,600. Based on what we've discussed, I can easily recommend that you go forward with the desired procedure. A wave of relief rolls over Ocean. That's great. We discussed what Ocean is looking to get done, and I put together a suggested plan. Now it's time to see if I can get Ocean to agree to buy anything more. I'll look down at the mod catalog. What kinds of mods would Ocean like? Maybe? Ooh, total cost. No. Oh, wait, no. I didn't ask if they had a budget. Oh, no. Let's try. Alright, that seems good. There's a few more mods I'd like to talk to you about. You'll be able to see the models and prices on the tablet in front of you as I bring them up. Sure. Oh no, I feel bad. No! Have you considered customizing your voice as part of your transition? We can offer the custom voice creation, and the mod would give you a more pronounced Adam's apple. Ooh. Hmm. This mod would complement your planned mods well. People often buy them together. Ocean swipes through a few models on the tablet. I'd be down for funky modded Adam's apple. This one looks good. Glad to hear. And have you considered custom facial hair? I have facial hair. I shave. Oh. Stop selling beard. Oh, sorry, never mind then. No worries. That's probably enough cross-selling. There's only so much Ocean is willing to spend. We settle on the procedure details and I explain the remaining information to Ocean. Next, our clinic surgeon, Dr. Saul, will give you a quick physical to double-check you're fit for the procedure. And once you've gotten a clean bill of health, I'll schedule your operation date. At that point, I'll also take your deposit, which will be half the total cost. Sound good? Ocean smiles, the tension uncurling from their shoulders. Sounds great. I return his smile and we walk out of my office together. Having seen Sol, set up Ocean's appointment, and gotten the deposit, I return to my office to get started on the post-session paperwork. A few hours later, I hear a knock on the wall by the open door of my office and look up. Got a minute? Sure. I need you to run down to Wing Garden and place an order. It should take less than an hour. They have our payment information on file. Look, I really need to finish this paperwork. Then finish it once you're back. You'll have time. Baron doesn't care about the paperwork anyways. He doesn't? Well, he won't be reading it today. What do you need me to get? Sol hands me a list. It's all here and the bag is in its usual place. Just give that to Wingerden. She'll know what to do with it. Feel free to call me if you have any questions, or if they give you any trouble. What do you mean, trouble? Sol shrugs slightly. You know how Wingerden gets. No? Before I have time to follow up, Sol gives a wave and walks back out of my office. I look down at the list she gave and sigh. I guess I'm off to Winnie's. The trip to Winnie's shop is uneventful. I make one wrong turn, but notice pretty soon after. Before I know it, I am approaching her stall. No, I won't be going lower than that. Stop asking. Winnie's voice carries down the street. I've never heard her sound so stern. You want to pay that much? Find some two-bit hack who'll sell you defective junk. When you decide you want to put quality parts in your body, you'll crawl back here. Of course, by then your flesh will be rotting around half-baked amps and shoddy nanocomponents. Your kidneys failing from filtering a deluge of filth pumped into your heart, then back through your body. I'll laugh in your face and remind you about today. Then I'll charge you double, and you'll pay it because you'll be so desperate for something good. Now get the fuck out of here. You're not worth more of my time. Yeah, fuck you, Winnie. The customer spits and turns away, almost bumping into me as I approach the stall. I didn't see you there. Jin from Envisaged Poetry, right? Is everything all right? Oh, sure, just a customer trying to haggle me down, thinking they've got more power than they do. This is my shop and my word is final. Sometimes people just need a friendly reminder of that. That makes sense. This is your place of business, and they should respect that. See, you get it. You get customers like that often? Often? No. Usually my reputation filters out jags like that. I pull the list out of my pocket. Sol, give me this. It has everything we're looking to buy. She mentioned you have our payment info? That I do. Hand over your list. Let's see what we can do for Sol, You give it a quick glance over. I've got most of this in stock, but the last bit you'll need to wait for. I'll drop that off myself. Everything else I'll give you to hold back today, alright? I mean, that's all. Ah, yes. Sounds good. That's what I like to hear. Winnie takes the bag I brought from the clinic and begins moving around her shop, picking items off the shelves and bags. They pause and then, when they spot a bin, half slid under a table. She looks back at me and then the bin. How would you feel about a bit of side work, Jin? What kind of work are you talking about? Currently got an excess of eye mods, telescopes, microscopes, colour diffs, dark vision, electromags, sharpeners, basically the lot. If you could sell them off for me, I'll kick you back 15% on my profits. Not a bad deal, I think. I'll think about it. Do I have some time to think about it? Of course, there's no real rush on my end. If you decide you want in, let me know anytime. I'm always happy to do business when business is good. She hands me the much fuller bag. This is for you. I suppose I'll be seeing you more often now that Sol can send you instead of coming herself. Winnie turns and I follow her gaze to see a customer approaching. It was nice chatting, Jen. Come back again soon. She offers a mock salute and then steps away. Thank you! They offer a wave without turning back. I reposition the bag over my shoulder and head back to the clinic. Winnie's words circling through my head. When I get back to the clinic, Sol is working in the lobby. She looks up and sees me in the bag. Is that everything? There's a bit more Winnie will drop off later. Sol lets out an acknowledging noise and holds out her hand for the bag. Do you want me to drop it in your office? I'm asking you to hand it to me now. Why would I want you to take it to my office? So you wouldn't have to carry it there yourself. I understood what you meant. I was asking why you didn't listen to what I said. Sorry. Here. Hold out the bag as she carries it a few steps over to the counter. She quickly opens it and begins to rummage. Looks good. Thanks for grabbing it. She pauses and looks back up at me from the bag. How was Wingerden? She's nice. Friendly. Alright, that's good. And they didn't do anything weird, did she? Such as? Weird in what way? Anything that seemed out of place, unprofessional, or made you feel uncomfortable? Or just anything you'd want to talk about? No. Nothing of note. Okay, good. You'll let me know if they do. Of course. Sol takes a glance at the clock on the reception counter. When you head home, I'll cover with Baron if he asks. I'll finish up my paperwork first. I only have a bit left. If you insist, we can leave together later then. Sol turns and walks back to her office. Was she waiting for me? After finishing our work, Sol and I leave the clinic together. We chat idly on the walk to the elevator. It's a bit busy and I let her take one ahead of me. She thanks me and I hide my mixed feelings behind a smile. I didn't want her to see what floor I was getting off at. I get home exhausted and collapse on my bed. After a bit, I roll to the side and notice Nibbles watching me. Sing her a song. I pick a popular tune and change the lyrics to make the song about Nibbles on the fly. She doesn't react, but it makes me smile. I roll back off my bed and open the door to her hutch. She watches for a bit before slowly making her way to her favorite spot on the rug. I try rolling one of Nibbles' balls towards her. She glances at it, but doesn't push the ball back to me like she usually does. She's not her usual self, and it hurts to see her this way. My worries circle in my head. Saving $8,664 in 10 more workdays. I sigh and roll back onto my bed. Not impossible, I remind myself. There's still a chance. Today went well. Tomorrow will too. Spend some time making dinner, then clean everything off. I try to focus on what I'm doing, but I keep getting distracted by the ads. One asks if I'm lonely, another if I want to sell body lotion. A particularly large one is wondering if I'm hungry for synthesized banana chunks. It looks neon yellow and mushy in an entirely unappeasing way. I force my gaze away from the wall. You Better Love Me or I'll Haunt You in Your Next Life is on tonight. I was looking forward to the new episode. I tried to shake off the melancholy beginning to seep in at the thought. I can always catch the rerun in a few weeks, once everything is settled down. Maybe I will have the TV. Oh, that's better. By the time I get to bed, I feel drained to my bones. I wake up with my alarm and sigh contentedly. It's nice not to be in a rush. I make a low-effort breakfast and take a quick shower before getting changed, feeding Nibbles and heading to work. I have another appointment today. A larger part of me than I'd like to admit hopes it'll be someone looking for an expensive procedure. As I enter the clinic, I notice a message from Baron. The client's file is waiting for me on my work tablet. I make myself a cup of tea and carry it carefully to my office. I sit down, take a sip, and swipe open the client's file. I expect him to arrive just after noon. Baron left a note at the bottom of the file saying to watch myself with this one, which makes me a bit nervous. He rarely butts in, saying that he prefers to leave the human aspect to the psych line, which is fair. That's what he's paying me for. Whoever is coming in must be important. I swipe open the file on my tablet. Okay, let's see who our next client is. Name and age. At the top of the file, I see Florence Sanderine. She, her, 34. Florence Sanderine. It must be an upper floorer. No wonder Baron gave me a heads up. It's unusual for us to get top floor clients, and they usually go to nicer clinics. Well, an upper floor client explains why Baron also told me not to ask about her budget. Under the line of work section, I find a really long explanation that can be summarized as stay-at-home spouse. There's also a brief mention of an interview show she hosts. Seems like a hobby project. The section detailing the mods Florence Sandrine would like is much shorter than I'm used to. It seems like she's coming in for a voice change. It's a technically difficult procedure and not that common, since it's expensive and impossible to completely reverse. The recovery time is usually less than a day. From her file, Florence Sandrine seems like a pretty typical upper floor trophy spouse. There are a few things that don't entirely line up, but they also don't seem relevant to the consultation. I close the file and clean up my office a bit. And the fact I'm seeing an upper floor client has got me a bit more nervous than I'd like to admit. I've never met with an upper floor client. We can't access most of the higher end mods even if our clients could afford them, nor can we offer the level of service they often expect. Before I know it, there's a gentle knock on my door. Ah, there she is! She's so pretty. At the sight of Florence Sandrine, I freeze momentarily. Hi, you can call me Florence. She, her. She smiles a little and I have to remind myself to breathe. Can't remember the last time I saw someone so beautiful. Oh, I so want to choose that, but no, we gotta act normal. Act normal! Force myself to move and pull the door the rest of the way open. I wrestle what I hope is a warm smile on my face and gesture her inside. Hi, Florence, I'm Jin, and any pronouns are fine for me. She stepped past me and into the office, looking around slowly. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for looking after me today. She sits and her gaze turns back to me. I feel myself growing flustered. Customers aren't usually like this. Pleasure is entirely mine. Thank you for choosing envisaged poetry. It takes all of my effort to say the words casually and withhold my inadvertent cringe. For your consultation today. Of course, I've heard good things about your clinic. Feels like I'm swallowing around a rock in my throat. Or maybe that I forgot how to breathe, or how to hold my body like a normal person. Then I hope we live up to your expectations. I'm certain you shall. She smiles a little again, and I think my heart forgets how to beat for a few seconds. I need to pull myself together if I'm going to get through this. I sit down and try to refocus. Just look at her. No, we're not here to make her feel uncomfortable. Come on. I should get to know her better so I can best understand what she's looking for. Florence Sandrine's beautiful name. Does it mean anything? Florence drops her gaze, making her smile seem a bit sadder. Florence comes from a Latin word, florentius, which means blossoming, flourishing, or prosperous. Sandrine is a play on Sandrine, which itself is a version of Alexandra from the Greek Alexandros. It means to defend man. Together, my name is meant to be a blessing, to provide me with good fortune and protect me from peril. Complimented again? No wonder it's so lovely. You said enough more! Oh no! We need to be professional! I close my mouth before I can further embarrass myself. She nods once, accepting the compliment. She's thankfully either politely ignoring or not noticing my awkwardness. That's very kind to say, thank you. I saw in your file that you host an interview show. Oh, what's that like? Florence's eyes light up and she smiles a bit. How nice of you to ask. It's not a terribly exciting hobby, but it does bring me joy. I very much enjoy meeting guests and getting to know them. I suppose it's a bit similar to your work in some ways. I would agree. I don't know if you find this to be the case too, but sometimes it feels like my clients learn a bit about themselves from this process as well. Florence nods slowly. Yes, I think so. Sometimes I think it's also about what truths are hinted at or simply left unsaid. Truths of the heart that feel too dangerous to speak outright. Yes. I say it quietly, watching her, but she doesn't meet my gaze, leaving her exact expression unknowable. What's the name of your show, by the way? Florence looks down, clearly a bit flustered. Oh, it's just a small thing. I'm sure you haven't heard of it. I wait, leaving space for her to speak. It's called Song for a Lark. I freeze and blink at her, momentarily dropping my brain to the floor. Jin? Go on. I haven't heard of it. Half my friends won't stop talking about it. Oh, I'm sorry to have caused you trouble. I wave my hands, dispelling her apology. No, the fault is mine for overreacting. I just didn't realize that you were a celebrity. She laughs, blushing slightly, and I almost dropped my brain again. I'm not at all, but thank you for the compliment. The show is my personal hobby in which I trifle and delight. It pleases me to hear that it amuses your friends to the point of enthusiasm. Song for a Lark is an audio show. My friends are always going on about how amazing and talented the host is. They would die if I told them I spent time chatting with her. Now, I understand that you want to get a voice alteration procedure. That's why I'm here. My fingers... Yay! Yay! You're gonna work it awesome! Let's go! Her fingers weave and slide along each other as she speaks. I try not to stare at them. Does she feel nervous? Oh, absolutely! Are you feeling nervous? Florence's fingers freeze in her lap. She tilts her head slightly and smiles. Not at all. I'm sorry to have given that impression. I can tell you're doing your utmost to create a welcoming environment for me. I smile back and nod. Thank you. Let me know if there's anything I can do to make you feel more comfortable. Florence nods back. I will. Why do you want to get your voice altered, if you don't mind me asking? Not at all. I understand this is part of your responsibilities as a sightline. You probably don't know this, but there's a trend going around for having perfectly sweet and lilting voices. Since mine is so mundane, it might slight my family's reputation should it remain unchanged. I would never call your voice mundane. It's quite elegant, in fact. You make for a poor salesperson. But thank you. I appreciate it. Do you have any plans for after the procedure? No, I was just going to take some time to rest at home. There's a dinner party this weekend, but that's all. I take a moment to check my notes. I've covered all the required questions. Baron told me to be careful, and talking to Florence makes me a bit nervous. It might be best to wrap things up quickly so I don't have more time to embarrass myself. Thank you for answering my questions. It's time to make my recommendation. I look down at my notes, detailing facts that collect in a silhouette of Florence Sanderin. You'll be making a recommendation now? Yes. I need to save another $7,847 over the next 11 days to afford the surgery for nibbles. If Florence has the procedure done here, I'll earn at least $2,400. I don't want to recommend it to her, though. No, we're not going to. I don't recommend that you have this procedure. I don't understand. Why not? Take care. Thank you so much for the lurk, though. Much appreciated. Your reasons seem very surface level since you're getting an irreversible procedure just to follow a trend. I can follow trends if I want to. There's nothing wrong with it if it makes me happy. Will it really make you happy? Of course. That's fair, however... Oh, your voice is important to your show. Aren't you worried there might be a negative impact if you change how you sound? My viewers are fickle enough to leave because I sound different, then their opinions don't matter much to me. If it hurts my show, then so be it. Making the show is only an amusing pastime in any case. I think it's clear how much you love Song for a Lark. That doesn't change the fact that I am uninterested in the whims of fickle listeners. Have you considered that I have a strong feeling that getting the procedure would be a mistake? And there's nothing I can say that will convince you otherwise? Is this really what you want? Florence pauses for a moment before speaking. Yes. Why do you want to change your voice? We've been over this. I need an appropriate voice in order to avoid disparaging my family. I've grown weary of arguing with you. Please just let me know if you'll be recommending the procedure or if I need to take my business elsewhere. Oh, go on then. Fine then. You recommend the procedure? I nod and open the registration page. We can book you in for tomorrow if that works for you. Yes, that's fine. We'll see you then. You'll be here to meet with me? Do you want me to be? No, it's fine. I'm sure you're busy with other things. I'll be there. Thank you. Now, in terms of the voice you're looking for, Florence explains what kind of voice she needs and which modifications she'd like to get to achieve it. I suggest a plan that fits her goals, and she agrees to it quickly. Watching her as I explained what we'll be doing, I wondered if she is really listening. Baron will probably be upset if he hears that I didn't push some other mods. I pull open the catalogue. It's probably fine to offer some of the clinic's more expensive options. We carry a few mods that I've heard are popular in the uppers. Who wouldn't want holographic hair? Wait, does that... What kind of holographic? As in an actual holographic or the color? Because now I'm not so sure. Hopefully this is okay. If you don't mind, I'd like to talk to you about a few more mods. Sure, go ahead. I'll send options to the tablet near you as I'm talking about them. Alright. Since we're already changing your voice, what do you think about adding a singing range to it? You could add a portion where you sing on your show, or sing your own intro? My audio show? I'm not sure that really fits it well. Okay. What would you think of modding your hair when we have a great deal on the holographic package? Color changing and floating hair is showing up in recent fashion trends. I wouldn't want to have passé hair. Sounds great. That's enough cross-selling. I didn't do any cross-selling. I failed. I don't want to push Florence too much. I walk her over to Dr. Sol and wait while she has the physical. Sol gives the go-ahead and Florence pays her deposit. She turns to me with a final smile. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. And with that, the siren is gone, along with all her glittering splendor. I decide to stay and finish the paperwork on Florence in the lobby. After getting through about half, I hear a swish of the front door opening and notice Ocean walking in. Hey, Jin. Back again, I see. Here for the procedure? Yeah. Dr. Sol has a lot of experience. You're in good hands. I'm sure. Do I just wait here, or...? Oh, yeah, she'll come get you when she's ready. I'll let her know you're here. Alright, cool. Type a quick message to Sol saying that Ocean's here. Are you excited for your trip? Yeah, I'm leaving the day after tomorrow. Glad to hear it. Just then, Sol steps out from the surgery. Hello, Ocean. If you're ready, you can follow me. Ocean offers me a smile and follows after Sol. Sol nods to me before closing the door behind them both. I head back to my office with a lingering smile. It's nice seeing how happy Ocean is, and it doesn't hurt that they'll be paying the rest of their fee today. I hear a knock at my door and I look up to see Baron standing there. Hi, Jin. So, how did it go with Florence Sandarin? It went well. I think it went pretty well. Pretty well? We'll go over all the details at our usual one-on-one. I just wanted to check in. Keep at it. He gives a wave and then walks off. I hope he's happy with how I handled things. When I get home, I notice Nibbles hasn't eaten today. I pull her into my lap and run a hand along her ears and count my breaths. I offer her some kale and feel a bit relieved when she starts chewing on its corner. I glance at the stack of boxes awaiting unpacking, and fatigue preemptively settles in my shoulders. I pull out kitchen appliances I have no room for and haphazardly squeeze them onto my limited counter space. A lot of them end up beneath the kitchen table. I sigh. Another reason it'll be some time before I have guests. I decide to go to bed early, feeling restless and wanting the day to be done with. After getting ready, I slide open my bank account. I think we'll stick with that. I turn off my phone and drop it on my bedside table face down. Florence's smile haunts my thoughts as I wrestle with sleep. I can't help the feeling that there's something I missed. I probably did, and I feel bad about it. I wake up at 3 in the morning with a start. Breath shaking, I try to lie back down and relax, but I can hear my blood rushing in my ears. My fingers twitch and my legs don't want to settle. I sit up and try to think of a way of distracting myself. I don't get much more sleep that night. My alarm goes off and I turn it off, already awake, halfway through making coffee. I sigh. It's going to be a long day. I get into work and notice Florence sitting in the reception. She seems to be wrapped in her thoughts. I told her I would meet with her before her appointment. I turn slightly and begin walking towards her. She looks up as I approach. Hi, Jin. Hey, how are you doing? Well, thank you. Are you off to see a client? No, I only have paperwork to look after today. Then please don't let me keep you. Don't worry. Oh. Don't worry, you're not keeping me at all. How is Song for a Laugh doing? I had to take a break with what with the procedure and needing a rest afterwards, but I look forward to returning to it soon. Is there anything I can get you? No, I'm fine, thank you. I hear footsteps and look over to see Sol leaving her office. Everything is ready now, if you'd like to follow me. Florence stands. I'll be right there. She turns back to me. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me a bit, Jin. I'll see you around. She turns and starts heading to the surgery. Sol stays for long enough to shoot me a raised eyebrow before leaving as well. I hear the door close behind the two of them with a soft click. I walk to my office feeling uneasy. Something in Florence's demeanor felt different today. I take a seat and busy myself with paperwork. Some of my fatigue fades with coffee and lunch, and the paperwork is a little less unpleasant after that. Towards the end of the day, I can feel anxiety rising in my chest. No clients came in today. I'm not sure that I can save enough money if there's another day like this. Finally, the clock ticks over to leaving time and I put the paperwork away with a sigh. I can't wait to get home. I take a final glance over at my office to make sure I'm not forgetting anything and head out for the day. I'm surprised to see Ocean waiting for me in the lobby. Hey, you got a minute? Yeah. Sure, what's up? Just wanted to let you know how the procedure went. What do you think? Everything you wanted? Yes. I feel happier, more peaceful and complete. Everything finally feels like it's in its place. That's amazing, I'm so glad. Thanks. You're leaving for your trip tomorrow, right? Yeah, I'm really excited. I take a moment to check the time. If I leave now, I'll make it home in time for tonight's rerun of daffodil petals falling gently beneath the cerulean sky. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about? Oh, sorry, am I keeping you? No! Not at all. I can catch up on any episode I missed this weekend. How have you been doing? You know what they say, new eyes, same ravens. Ocean nods. Isn't that always the case? Are you still interested in trying mushroom tea? Yeah, I'd love to. I know a good cafe in the middle lowers that stocks mushroom tea, if you're free now. Yeah, that sounds great. Good, follow me then. Ocean turns to lead the way to the cafe. Ocean and I take the elevator down to the mid-lowers, not too many floors from my apartment. I follow them to a small cafe tucked between an even smaller restaurant and a pirated data chip shop. There's some tables in the street and the door is held open by a small statue of a cat. Inside, the room is filled with soft chatter. Few people are reading actual paper books. I haven't seen many people with them aside from my friend Chia. Do you want to order something and then we can sit? Which of the teas are yours? Ocean points to a section on the menu. All the ones on the left and the bottom three on the right. Did you want tea or... Oh! Oh, what was that? Did you want tea or did you want tea with something extra? What do you mean? Something is added to it? Yeah, drugs. Hallucinogens, mostly. Some sedatives. It's pretty gentle. Go on then. I'm interested in something extra. Then you want any of the ones with that yellow mark on the menu? I think I'll try one of your mushroom ones. Good choice. I head up to the counter and ask for one of Ocean's teas. Ocean and I get our drinks a few minutes later, then I follow them to a free table and sit down across from him. I look up from my drink to meet Ocean's gaze. Before anxiety can get the better of me, I rustle through my brain for a conversation topic. And how did you find this place? Oh, it's kind of a long and not very interesting story. Do you want to tell it? I'm happy to listen if so. Sure, but don't say that I didn't warn you. My ex used to work here, actually. I used to come by to see them a lot, and I really liked it here. They were the one who suggested I start selling my tea at the counter. They put me in touch with the manager, and after a short trial, the cafe started stocking my teas. After we broke up, I still came by to drop off tea and occasionally grab something to drink, but my ex took a metalworking apprenticeship a few floors up, and it's been a lot less awkward since then. I lift the mug to my lips and take a slow sip. The tea tastes earthy and a little sweet. It feels gentle, grounding, and warming. It doesn't taste any different from other tea I've had. And if I didn't know there was something more to it, I probably wouldn't have noticed. How'd you like it? I wasn't sure what to expect, but I really like it. Glad to hear. How's your drink? It's good. I got a mint tea latte. How's your week been going? It's honestly been a bit stressful since my pet rabbit Nibbles is sick. I'm also having a bit of tension with my boss. So not the best. I'm sorry to hear that. Will your rabbit need surgery? Yeah, it's scheduled for next weekend. I hope it goes well. Thank you. How about your week? Honestly, I've been happy as the city is tall. I've wanted this surgery for so long. To finally have saved up and made it here and gotten it feels so amazing. I feel comfortable in a way I never have before. That's so great to hear. Did you have any fun plans for this weekend? I'm not sure yet. It'll depend a lot on how Nibbles, my rabbit, is doing. That makes sense. I'm sorry you need to deal with that. Thank you. How are you feeling about your upcoming trip? Great. I'm looking forward to it, but not the pile of work that'll be waiting once I'm back. What do you think about the cafe? It's really lovely. The heart of this place seeps into every corner. I think so too. How did you get into gardening? Given the lack of plants in the lowers? I used to garden in the mids. It was freelance work, mostly public gardens, but a few yards too. I didn't get paid enough to live off it, but I enjoyed it, and it was a pretty good side gig. One day, an upper was strolling through and offered me a go at their garden. I didn't realize who they were until I was sent a floor override to get to their place. I still regret not charging them double. Anyways, once I got up there, some uppers I worked for started showing off their yards and recommending me to their neighbors. The work's been good and the pay's been better. So I quit my old job and resigned myself to the long commute. That's how I had enough money to afford my trip. Ocean and I chat for another hour, talking about this and that. It feels comfortable. By the time we decide to wrap it up, I'm starting to feel a bit tired. Then I remember I have work tomorrow and the exhaustion starts flooding back. Thank you for inviting me out. I had a great time. You had a nice time too. Would you want to meet again? I've got some time next week. Yes. Yeah, that sounds great. We exchange contact information. I noticed that Ocean's area code is in the same floor block as the cafe. Oh, you wanted to buy some tea, right? Let me grab you some. My treat. Before I can say anything, Ocean is halfway toward the cafe's counter. He returns a moment later with a few small pouches. Here's a small sampling, including the one you got today. Let me know what you think. I will, thank you so much. We walk to the elevators together before parting ways. I can't keep the smile off my face as I make my way home. I get back from the cafe feeling more relaxed than I have in a while. I slide the tea Ocean gave me into a cupboard with a smile. There's a slight rustling and I look over to see Nibbles. She seems livelier than usual. Nibbles moves towards me as I approach her enclosure. She's eaten a lot more for her food. Just have a drink. She's eaten a lot more of her food today and I feel incredibly relieved. I open the door to her enclosure and Nibbles hops over. She butts me gently with her head and I smile, running a hand over her ears. I take a moment to remember my time with Ocean. I feel like we could be friends, and the thought makes me happy. There are only a few boxes left, might as well get them over with. Looking between the box's contents to my non-existent space for placing said contents, I decide to just leave what's left in the boxes. It's as good a storage solution as any given the current state of the apartment. Happy to have finally crossed unpacking off my list and assuring myself that I'm not cheating, I turn back to the boxes. The fatigue I've been ignoring settles on my shoulders. I take a look at my banking app while I can still keep my eyes open. Oh, we can do this! I whisper goodnight to Nibbles and pull the blanket up around me. I wake up to the sound of my alarm and yawn unhappily. I pull myself out of bed, feed Nibbles, and rush through a few chores. Then I'm out the door on my way to the clinic. I don't have any clients scheduled for today, which makes me no, I need clients! Oh, which makes me more anxious than I'd like to admit. I settle in the lobby and decide to get some paperwork done. The odds Baron might ask me to run an errand keeps me from sinking too deeply into bored tedium. There's a sign on Saul's door asking not to be disturbed. She puts one up every once in a while and then locks herself in there with the lights dimmed. It's a safe bet that she won't be sending me to Winnie's today. Just as I've resigned myself to a day of admin work, the clinic's front door slides open. Hey, do you take walk-ins? They look young, probably in their early 20s. If they're a student, they likely won't want to spend a lot. On the other hand, wasting time on a fruitless client is still better than paperwork. We do! If you're interested, I can offer you immediate assessment free of charge. Yeah, that would be great. Thanks so much. I pull out a data chip from behind the counter. If you could just fill this out for me, please. Oh, sure, no worries at all. As they fill out the form, I note that their look is part of a subculture that's slowly been growing in popularity. I take the outstretched data chip and plug it into my tablet. I glance down to find Jupiter, he, him, 20, near the top. Jupiter? I'm Jin, and I use all pronouns. Nice to meet you. That's me, yeah, nice to meet you too. I'll just take a minute to review your information and we can get started. Yeah, for sure, that sounds great. I look back to the file and take a minute to scroll through it. Under the line of work section is scrolled, Student. Jupiter is interested in an animated tattoo, floating hair, and pointed ears. A note clarifies, like a hobbit, not an elf. He's not sure which of them he'd like, though. What's wrong with Elphias, huh? Come on, Jupiter! They're all easy procedures, but the tattoo and hair would be expensive to reverse. The ears, on the other hand, are very simple to change back if desired. Everything looks about as expected. Everything looks great. Shall we move to my office? Yeah, that sounds great. Oh, maybe I should have clarified. But it's not very private in the lobby, so I guess we'll see. We walk down the hall, Jupiter keeping a few steps behind me. I push open the door and walk in. Jupiter stands blankly in the doorway for a moment. All good? Oh, yeah, no worries. Jupiter steps forward and pauses briefly before taking his seat. To start, I'll ask you a few preliminary questions. Once I understand what you're looking for and your situation a bit more, I'll make my recommendation. Sounds good? What does your budget look like? I can go up to about 800, but it would be great if we could keep costs below that. That's about enough for one of the mods Jupiter wants, possibly with a few small additions to it. I'm still in school and we'll have at least another year and a bit to pay off. Why do you want to get one or more of these mods? Seems like a fun thing to do. Oh, wait, sorry, that was a bad way to phrase it. I think it would make me happy, but more than just right now, in the long term too. And do you have any plans after you get the procedure? Just taking it easy. The day after, I'll probably just show off to my friends. It's all the basics covered. Jupiter seems like a pretty straightforward client, but it still might be worth learning more before making my decision. Best to cover my bases just in case there's something I'm missing. To clarify, you want to get these mods since it will make you happy? Yeah, basically. Could you elaborate a bit more about that? Well, for one, it looks cool as hell, and also as a way of expressing myself outwardly in a way that I really like. So, yeah, I think it'll make me happy. Why is it important to express yourself outwardly? Oh, that's hard. I guess I don't like when people make assumptions about me. I want them to see me as who I am. Feels bad when people don't see me as myself, if that makes sense. Definitely. Why do you think that you will feel bad? Why do you think that you feel bad when others don't see you as yourself? I don't think that was the one I wanted to choose, but we're gonna go with it. I don't know. Probably because they treat me wrong. Like, they don't treat me the way that I want to be treated. Do you feel like your happiness is tied to how you express yourself through your appearance? Definitely. My friends who do it seem much more alive and confident. In what ways do people treat you wrong because they didn't understand you? It's more that they made wrong assumptions about me. So, like, my parents really want me to be upright and successful and fit in with what society wants people to be. But that's just not me. I can't live like that. I mean, I want to be successful, but I don't feel like everyone else and trying to act like them kills me. Do you feel like you're under a lot of pressure to conform? Yeah, or just do what's socially acceptable. Like, live up to everyone's expectations and get a steady, soulless job and then grind until I die. I just don't think I can live like that. I get that. A lot of people see me and assume I'm cisgender, and while I don't mind masculinity, it feels weird when people see me and think man. Jupiter nods. So you feel like showing others who you are will make them understand you, and this will make them stop trying to make you conform with their own expectations? Yeah, or like stop them from assuming that I do conform with those expectations and then treating me like I do, well, that's a normal default. I can't control their actions or whether they try to make me conform, but I can try to impact how they perceive me. And I guess that also makes me feel more confident and validated in my identity. If you don't mind talking about it, I'd love to hear a bit about what you're studying. Not at all. I'm studying commercial art. And commercial art is... Oh, sorry. It's art related to selling things. So I'm learning stuff like product design, marketing, advertisement design, things like that. And are you enjoying it? Yeah, for the most part. I feel like a lot of the art stuff, but the business side can be pretty boring. I get that. That's the least favorite part of my job too. Don't you just talk to people? What kind of business things do you need to deal with? A cycling acts as a cross between a consultant and a salesperson. A large part of my job is matching clients with the right mods or figuring out how to sell them and features. I have to act within the bounds of reason, of course. Part of the reason for the interview is to ensure that I'm making informed decisions that benefit the client. But there's a lot of business-related things involved throughout. hadn't thought of it that way, but that makes sense. Sorry you have to deal with all that. Sounds stressful, to be honest. It's just life, but thank you. So you're not really happy with commercial art. What kind of art do you like making? I love murals. They're so cool and big, and so many people see them and the way they can change the feel of an entire neighborhood. Oh, sorry, I'm rambling. But I guess in short, they're super cool. You're not rambling, just answering my question. And we're here today to talk about you. Learning more about you is helpful and interesting. Oh wow, thanks. What kinds of things do you like painting about in your murals? Oh, well, lots of things. I guess that I like painting about things that connect to what's important to me. Or, sorry, that probably didn't make a lot of sense. Well, what I mean is that what I like best is designing a piece around a central theme. And it's even better if the theme is important to me. Now, where do you usually paint your murals? Wherever we can get permission. Often it's in buildings, but I prefer them outside where more people can see them. What kind of themes for your murals are important to you? I guess I like things around community and helping one another, or calling out greed and corruption, or even just pointing out things that are wrong or could be better. What about you? What are you passionate about? I love spending time with people I love, my friends and my rabbit. And I do like my work, getting to know people, offering advice. It makes me feel like I might be able to really help someone. I also really love watching TV dramas. Oh, that's cool. I mostly watch animated stuff. But I like Saving My Heart from Yours a lot. Or Severing My Heart from Yours, sorry. It's a popular show, but not one of my favorites. If you like that, you might enjoy We'll Reach Each Other No Matter the Gulfs Between Us or Bridges We Must Cross. I have to check it out. Thanks for the suggestion. Just to confirm, you are aware that these mods are difficult and in some cases expensive to reverse? Yeah, that's kind of the point. I want them to be a part of me, as a memory of who I am now that never leaves me. You mentioned you're in school. Yes, and I'm also working part-time. Are you sure you're in the position to make this kind of purchase? I thought about it a lot. You know, going back and forth on it, talking to friends. In the end, I realized that doing this is something that's going to make me really happy. That means a lot to me. Even if it puts me in a tight spot, it's worth doing now. So you're working part-time? Yeah, I work at a receiving dock. And what kind of work do you do at the receiving docks? Mostly logistics. Tracking what comes in, telling people where to put things, preventing jams in aisle 114, you know. Do you enjoy your work at the docks? No, not really. It helps pay for school and stuff, though. Do you have it to deal with any dangers or hazards as part of your work? No, not really. The guys who offload the cargo sometimes wear haz gear, but I'm deep enough in that I'm only impacted if there's a big storm. And even then, I just got a rebreather. So really nothing major. Have you seen any interesting shipments while at work? You're giving me options to delve deeper. I'm gonna be nosy. Usually you don't know what's in the box until it's in a big staple usually you don't know what's in a box unless it's a big staple, like food or parts. And anything really interesting is air delivered to the private dock up 30. But I've seen some fun things. Once, we got in some live caterpillars for one of the upper kindergarten. At once, I saw a shipment of worms for the gardens in the mids. I hadn't thought about needing to ship in bugs. That's cool. It is. If you stick with your budget, you won't be able to get all 3 of the mods that you're interested in. Are there any that you're leaning towards? Honestly, I'll probably get them all eventually. I don't really care which I start with. Unless you think it's better to start with a specific one. Is this your first mod? Pretty much, aside from the usual health stuff. He points at the device on his left arm. Like this insulin pump. I didn't want to assume, but I thought it might be. Oh, hang on. you know what? I should have done this earlier, but I will put myself over here so we can actually see the characters. There we go. I should have done that earlier, I'm sorry. In that case, it's probably better to start with the less invasive mod, or one that's easily reversed if you end up not liking it. From the options you're interested in, the pointed ears fit both of those criteria. I'm not really worried about that stuff. Well, you can start with ears if you think it's best, but I'm less excited for it. Duly noted. Circling back a bit. Do your friends have a lot of mods? Some of them, but others have none or just a few. Oh, wait, I'm not just getting mods to fit in or anything. This is something I want for myself. What do you mean when you say that you want to get mods for yourself? Okay, wait, let me go back a bit. My friends always act and dress like themselves. They don't think about how others might want them to be. Their identity screams through everything they do and in every part of how they look. And I want to do that too. Show the world who I really am. Show them my inner world and direct how they see me. What kinds of mods do your friends have? Oh, like the usual stuff. Like cat eyes or snake eyes or animated tattoos. Some also have pointed teeth or floating hair. You know, like what glam scummers usually get. Right, that's the name of the subculture that students have been driving into recently. It seems to focus on independence and rallying against the status quo. So a lot of your friends are getting into the glam scum aesthetic, and that includes modding. Yeah, essentially. It can be cool to be a part of something bigger than yourself, like you're connected to others. Yeah, exactly. Community is something that's really important to me. But yeah, like I said before, this is for me. Alright, I think that's all for my questions. You'll let me know what you've decided then? Yes. I check over my notes. I need to save another $4,505 over the next 9 days to afford Nibbles' surgery. I'll earn a 20% commission on Jupiter's purchase. Jupiter's willing to spend $800. The animated tattoo costs $700, the floating hair costs $500, and the pointed ears $400. I recommend that you go forward with the procedure. Awesome. With Jupiter's budget, he can comfortably buy one mod. I think it makes sense for you to start with the ears. Yeah, that sounds good. I trust your decision. Jupiter has a small budget, but there might be some smaller mods that I could sell him. It's not really. I mean, there's rainbow teeth. But then... that's not much commission. I don't... Let's go. I think that makes sense. I don't want to push Jupiter to spend more. It's fine to leave things here. Then that's everything. I'll bring you to Dr. Sol next, and she'll give you a quick assessment to make sure everything is good to go. Then we'll schedule a date for your operation, and you'll pay your deposit. Sure, sounds good. We leave the room together. After Jupiter leaves, I settle in to get some work done. A few hours go by, and I hear a knock at my door. I look up to see Baron standing in the doorway. Guess what? It's time for our weekly one-on-one. I hold back a sigh. I'd forgotten that was today. He walks into the room and takes a seat. My day's been crazy, back-to-back calls all morning. And I've got a call in an hour, so let's get right to it. You've seen 3 clients this week? Yes. And the first was... He scrolls through his tablet a bit. Ocean. Ah, yes. Great job with that one. We really had a happy customer. Oh, we had a really happy customer. And I saw the two of you getting all buddy-buddy. That's great. Hopefully it leads to a return client. As for your upselling, great job. Honestly, I couldn't have done it better myself. Overall, Ocean seemed to be a fairly straightforward client. You handled him well. Alright, let's move on to Florence Sanderin now. A wonderful job there. We make great margins on the invisible voice changes. Fair job on the upselling. Considering she's made of money, you could have pushed her a bit more, though. We got really lucky that Florence Sanderin decided to visit our clinic. You did a commendable job handling her. Did I really? Hopefully she'll come back someday, or at least recommend us to some of her peers. Finally, let's discuss Jupiter. He only just left. And how did it go? It went really well. Well, you sold in mods, which is great. This is the only time I'll praise you for not overly cross-selling. I don't want us to be taking advantage of kids. I decide not to mention Jupiter is an adult. No need to remind Baron that he might have a reason to be upset at my selling after all. To sum it up, nicely done. Don't push mods on students. Oh, about the paperwork. Try to be a bit more succinct if it's something you know I'll need to read. Alright, that's everything for today. Overall, I'd say great job. Keep up the good work. Do you have any questions for me? Do you have any suggestions for how I can improve? Just the same as before. Talk to clients so you can sell them mods better. And sell them the mods they want and cross-sell them. Unless they're students. Don't upsell students. He stands up from the couch. Nice chatting as always, Jin. He leaves without waiting for my reply. I watch him go and let out a small breath. I finish the rest of my work and head home for the day. I get home and take the time to finish some errands. I get through the dishes and laundry before starting on Nibbles' hutch. She watches me intently as I work. I usually keep my window closed, but I still always notice how cramped it makes the apartment feel. I leave her out after I finish and proceed to flop on my bed. I suppose we might be able to afford to have the window open? God. I don't want the rabbit to die! A rerun of last week's episode of You Better Love Me or I'll Haunt You in Your Next Life is on. I lose myself in the storytelling for an hour. I get up and stretch before starting on dinner. Staring at my mostly empty cupboards, I decide to add hot water to some nutrient mush and call it a night. The food is soggy and tasteless as I eat it. I throw my dishes in the sink and decide to leave them for tomorrow. Last thing on my list is the budgeting. It's just 15. Just need 5,000 more. Can I do it? Oh, we're gonna try. Tintin, welcome. So glad you could join us. How you doing? Thank you for your daily check-in. Oh, go on. Surely it can't be that bad, she says. Alright then, time for bed. Good to hear. It's going well, I think. No, I'm loving this. I'm so happy. Pieces from my conversation with Baron follow me into my dreams. I wake up and switch off my alarm. As I rub the sleep from my eyes, I console myself with the fact it's Saturday, so I won't need to work tomorrow. No! Oh. Also, I'm getting paid today. I'll wait for the elevators as long as usual. I shift back and forth where I stand in line. It's been worse on average since I moved down. Still can't say that I'm used to it. I step into the clinic and notice Jupiter loitering in the lobby. Hi, Jin. Jupiter, excited for your appointment? So excited. Sol said she'd be a few minutes if you have the time to chat. I've got time. Okay, cool. How are you doing? About normal, not too much exciting happening with me. Mostly just work going on. Cool. I know we spoke yesterday, but how have things been with you? About the same. Mostly been excited for today. Happy to hear. I've got to get going, but I'm happy I ran into you. Yeah, I'm glad that we got a chance to talk for a bit. I'll see you around. I nod goodbye and head to my office. Everything with Jupiter seems like it's going smoothly. I buckle down to dig into my paperwork. I get home with Jupiter lingering in my mind. I hope he enjoys his mods. I start in on some dishes, then make myself a cup of the tea Ocean gave me to relax. As I'm going through my mental list of what I'd like to get done this evening, my phone rings. My friend Laura is calling. Hi, Laura, what's up? Not much, wanted to see how you were doing. How's the baby girl? Not good, actually. She's going to need surgery. Oh, fuck, I'm so sorry. You'll let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I will, thank you. How are you holding up with all this? It's been pretty tough. I'm really worried about her. That's really understandable. If you ever want to talk about it more, I can call you anytime, I know. I only keep saying it because you don't call. I'm sorry. I'll try to call more often. You don't need to feel obligated to call me. I just want you to remember I'm here if you need me. I remember. Thank you for always being there for me. Good. And of course I am, but I wouldn't bother you so much if you just let me come over and see you and the baby myself. Maybe in another few weeks. I'm still unpacking, I know. My laugh sounds tiny over the phone. Oh, you'll never guess who I met today. Florence Sandrin. The host of Song for a Lark? Oh wait, this is a joke. This is some cruel prank. Very funny, Jen. No, she came in for a consultation and I spoke with her. Really? It happened again. I don't know if that's supposed to happen or not. Really? At your clinic? I swear in Ian's hands I met her. This isn't a joke. Nope. You really met her? Yes. I'm going to die. You met her. You? Why is fate so cruel? You have to tell me everything. I give her a summarized account of the meeting with Florence, keeping any personal information to myself. Wow, you really met her. I still can't believe it. Oh damn, it's that late. I need to get going. Sorry. Last thing real quick. If you're free tomorrow, Vad, Chia, and I are making plans. Let me know if you'd like to join and I'll send the details. Sounds good, thanks. Alright then, talk soon. Bye, Law. I hang up with a smile. It was nice hearing Laura's voice. I take a glance around the apartment, trying to remember what I was about to do. It's the first time I've had the window open in a while. It's nice to have a view. It makes the apartment feel less like a closet. Eventually, I settle on spending the evening with Nibbles. Despite her low energy, I take the time to groom her and coax her into eating a bit more. The end of the day approaches and I return Nibbles to her hutch. Then I unhappily open my banking app. At least Baron's payment came in time. It was a few days late last week. Oh no! Oh no! What do you mean? Ad block? What? Ad remove? What? Oh. Well, we need groceries! Well, the ad removal on the left side, and when I unclicked that, there was ads all over my wall. What's the ad block then? I feel like I'm gonna regret it if I can always put it back. Wait, no, because that's a weekly cost. Data privacy. I almost feel like that's going to be important. Oh no. Oh, can we do it? Let's try. Oh god. I close the app and start getting ready for bed. I sleep in a bit the next morning. It feels nice, but I somehow feel more groggy than normal as I make my way through my morning routine. A day to myself. I think through some options for how to spend the time. But then I think we will see friends. It'd be nice to get out and socialize. I call up Laura and she lets me know where everyone is meeting. Thank you, and welcome back to you too. We have a nice time walking around, grabbing ice cream and sitting on the swings of a dingy playground. It's nice seeing all of them again. I've been keeping some distance since moving down. I know they wouldn't care, but it creates a lingering discomfort that makes it harder to relax. Finally, the end of the day rolls around. I make my goodbyes and head home. I decide to start on some chores, wanting to lighten the load for the coming week. I do a quick clean of the floors and put a load of laundry in as I start on dinner. Nibbles watches me and I smile at her. She blinks in response. As night falls, I start my bedtime routine and open my banking app. If they charged me monthly, it would be easier to understand how much I'm actually spending. I sigh and fall into bed. I wake up tired. Okay, we are going to save here. As I said, I apologize. I did think that day was going to be a little bit longer. I'm so sorry. But I will say again, a huge thank you to Zorkie Studios for gifting me a key for this. I am thoroughly enjoying myself. I am so grateful. Please show them some love by even just putting it on your wish list. It is currently 10% off, so do take a look. I do recommend it. And not just because I got given a key. I was going to buy this myself anyway. I was just very grateful that they got in touch with me. But yes, we will be... Let me try that again. I will be back next Monday for some more Quality Dreams reasonably priced. Thank you so much for joining me today, though. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have. Sorry it was a short one. We did start a little bit late, but that is okay. We got a good chunk of this done. I'm very excited for the next part. I will not be back tomorrow. I have that appointment. I'm not sure how it's gonna go or how long it's gonna go, so I will just to err on the side of caution, I will be back Wednesday with some more Final Fantasy Rebirth, Millie. And then on a Friday, we will be looking at some more Date Everything. But that is all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said, I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have. But for now, diolch yn fawr. Thank you very much. Cariad y Kitches, love and hugs. And until next time, take care. And I hope to see you all again very soon. Bye for now. Thank you so much for the head pats. Mwah! Take care.